What if the world lost oxygen for 10 seconds? At exactly noon, every oxygen molecule on Earth suddenly vanishes. 10 seconds later, it reappears, exactly where it was before. What happens in the meantime? The first surprise is that most people don't actually suffocate. Humans can hold their breath longer than 10 seconds, even the ones who panic in swimming pools. But no oxygen doesn't just mean no breathing, it means no oxygen in the air, the oceans, or the ground. For 10 seconds, oxygen ceases to exist as a substance. Air is about 21% oxygen, and the rest is mostly nitrogen. Remove oxygen, and suddenly our atmosphere loses a fifth of its mass. Pressure plummets, your ears pop, and then your lungs feel like someone opened a car door at cruising altitude. The sky changes color too. Without oxygen molecules to scatter sunlight, the sky turns black. For 10 seconds, everyone on Earth thinks it's night. Stars twinkle over lunch breaks. Someone tries to take a picture with their phone, but the cell towers are already down. Because, well, we'll get there. The Earth's crust is about half oxygen by mass, locked up in rocks and minerals. For 10 seconds, that all crumbles. Concrete, stone, and soil lose their oxygen atoms and collapse into weird powdery skeletons. Buildings buckle, highways dissolve into piles of sand, and the ground beneath your feet turns soft. If you are standing near a mountain, good luck. For 10 seconds, gravity has a buffet. Meanwhile, water is gone. H2O without O is just H2, hydrogen gas. Every lake, river, and ocean vanishes in an instant. Hydrogen is a very light gas, so much of it shoots upward into the sky. And then, when oxygen returns at second 11, the oceans come back. But not before countless stray sparks and lightning bolts ignite gigantic fireballs of hydrogen. In those places, the sea is on fire is not just a metaphor. On the microscopic scale, things are worse. Oxygen is the glue of chemistry. Proteins, DNA, cell walls, without oxygen atoms, they fall apart. For 10 seconds, the entire biosphere is briefly reduced to unstable dust. When oxygen returns, most of those molecules reassemble, but not all of them in the right way. Life comes back, wrong in places. Expect some interesting mutations in the morning. And then there are planes. Jet engines require oxygen. The instant it disappears, every engine flames out. For 10 seconds, thousands of airliners glide silently through the sky. Pilots grab their controls, hearts racing. Then, 10 seconds later, oxygen returns. Engines cough back to life. Most planes recover. A few don't. Somewhere in those 10 seconds, someone's vacation to Orlando ends in a cornfield. Cars stall too. So do power plants. Hospital ventilators stop working, though ironically, the patients on them notice it less than the panicking nurses do. Fires go out everywhere because combustion without oxygen is impossible. A few seconds later, fires come back with a vengeance. Cigarettes relight. Gasoline vapors explode. The entire planet smells faintly of singed eyebrows. Cell towers, power lines, electronics, many of them fail. Not because of suffocation, but because copper wiring is usually coated in oxygen-based compounds. Those vanish. The insulation turns brittle. Thousands of devices die instantly. People pull out their phones, but screens are dark. For once, the problem is not no signal. The problem is no electricity. At second 11, everything returns. The oceans splash back into their basins, crushing anything standing in them. Mountains reform, not always exactly as before. Buildings resolidify, sometimes trapping unlucky people half inside. The air comes back, thick and blue again. People gasp, laugh nervously, look around, and then notice the smoke. Entire forests ignite as hydrogen burns. Cities flicker with scattered fires. The sound of a billion car alarms echoes through the night sky that is no longer night. In the days after, humanity reels. Infrastructure is in ruins. Water supplies are poisoned by whatever just reassembled. Food chains collapse. Doctors try to figure out why half their patients have strange burns and the other half seem genetically scrambled. And somewhere in the middle of all this, someone insists on writing a blog post explaining how, actually, oxygen is a hoax. But the Earth itself? Fine. Gravity didn't care. The planet spins along like nothing happened. So, what if the world lost oxygen for 10 seconds? Humanity survives, technically. Civilization, not so much. And most importantly, let's not try that again.